Well, when I was really small, I was really lucky because my grandparents lived in Wales on the coast, and we lived in Liverpool, so we basically used to get a coach to Barmouth in North Wales each summer holiday and Easter, and we just played around on the beach all day, and that's where I became fascinated with the marine environment. When it came to the possibility of going to university, which was a new thing for our family, I had to go and do marine biology, and I went to Bangor. And that's when I found out about the wildlife trusts, because my tutor, Dr. Ivor Rees, was actually a founding member of the North Wales Wildlife Trust, and he still volunteers for them now. And he took us up into the mountains of Wales to go rhododendron bashing, and that was my first volunteering moment with the wildlife trusts. So working at the Marine Biological Association, I was working with eminent marine scientists who'd written the books that I studied while at university. These were the people that actually discovered the hydrothermal vents in the Atlantic. These people are also the founding members of the Devon Wildlife Trust. So after a couple of years, I was starting to think, what should I do next? And they were very clear. They said, you should go and volunteer for Devon Wildlife Trust. Well, I've been working for the Wildlife Trust for 30 years now, and we've gone from a situation where there was one marine officer, that was me, to now probably a team of at least 40 marine officers around the movement, all doing some amazing stuff to protect the marine environment. Many trusts are doing a huge amount to make people aware about what a wonderful marine environment we have. We have a whole team of volunteer divers, so they're going out there looking for special places and bringing that information and making the marine environment come alive so that more people can see it's worth protecting, because it's really, really special. We have our own blue planet. When I started at the Wildlife Trust, there was protection for land, but hardly any protection for anything underwater. And in fact, only 0.001% of the sea was protected then. That's about the size of Kensington Gardens. So we realised we needed to get some legislation so that the government could designate marine protected areas. So we were calling for a Marine Act. And in 2009, the Marine Act was given royal assent, and it has meant then we could designate marine conservation zones around England. So once we got the Marine Act, the time was to implement it, and that meant getting a network of marine protected areas all around the UK. Areas that were really special, where there are rare things such as sunset corals, but we also needed marine protected areas for mobile species like porpoises and dolphins. And we're close to finishing that process. You know, we're close to having a network. There's a few more that we need, but we now have a fairly well protected marine environment. But marine protected areas is only one thing that we need to do. We also need to reduce the amount of pollution going into the sea. We all know about microplastics and plastic bags, but there's a lot of pollution that comes from our land. So the way we farm our land means nutrients end up running into the sea and causes all sorts of problems. We also need to make sure we manage our fisheries in a sustainable way, and that we take away damaging fishing operations from those marine protected areas. I was shocked when I found out I was going to get the Cadbury Medal. It's such an honour. You know, there is a plaque in the office where everybody's names goes up when they get the medal, and I'm going to be there with Ted Smith and Tim Sands. It is such an honour, and I'm really, really grateful.